Okay, welcome back everybody. Mr. Balker here for Career Explorations class again. We're going to go over chapter 4 real fast. A lot of you guys have done real well in the discussion board and stayed ahead of things. That's great. I hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. This class here is a particular lesson we're talking about particular organizations known as Career and Technical Student Organizations, or they use the acronym CTSO. It's really pretty straightforward. What these things are there groups that a person can join to kind of meet like-minded people and develop skills, right? You might have heard about some of them. I grew up in Montana for a while, and a big one out there was the Future Farmers of America, the FFA. And so one of the things that those guys would do is, big events where they would raise livestock and show it at the fair and compete in contests and end up with, ribbons and medals and stuff like that. So it's something that really can be a lot of fun if that's what you're into. And to me, I think the most important thing to know about CTSOs is they're really good for giving you kind of an introduction into something, maybe without chasing it all the way down, right? Before you go all the way to the point of, attending a technical school or something like that, if you've met people who are in that business, right? Other adults and students like yourselves that maybe are considering that, and you realize that you've got a very different mindset from those people, it might indicate to you that maybe this isn't for me. Or maybe it is, right? Because that's the whole point, is that we don't know really sometimes what we like or what we're interested in until we give it a shot, okay? I didn't know that I was terrified of spinning rides until I got on one and spun and threw up all over my brother next to me, but that made it pretty clear to me that this is not my cup of tea. It also turned out to not be his cup of tea to go with me. He did a lot better whenever I would attend other events. But that's kind of the whole point of this chapter, is to learn about these CTSOs and what they are. So they certainly prompt you to do some research to get outside of your own personal life, outside of our school, and see if you can find any things that you might be interested in. So this chapter is pretty straightforward. One of the best things that I did note that they put about the CTSOs are these are some things that you can get into it. And it's been my experience with this curriculum, you guys, that the things in the blue boxes are actually really handy, kind of concise points. I look at these and I generally say, yeah, this is the best part of the whole chapter. So what can a person get out of a CTSO? Leadership skills, absolutely true. Learning how to get along with people and work in that type of environment, and getting leadership from somebody who's already done it or is also interested in doing it can be really helpful. Communication skills, friendship, learning opportunities, all those things I think really go together, because your communication skills are going to determine what level of friends you make, and those learning opportunities, we learn from each other. Okay, we learn from our colleagues, from our fellow students, just as much as I think we learn from our teachers. So I wouldn't underestimate any of that. Other things are service opportunities and community involvement, as well as mentorship. What those things are is your opportunity to go out there in the community, right? Here we live in Tulsa. Maybe there's events that you can participate in, things that you can do to get yourself into that line of work, that opportunity of business. And if so, that's a great thing to do. The very last thing is scholarship and job opportunities. A lot of these CTSOs do have the ability to kind of reward you economically. College is expensive, and if you can get part of it paid for by organizations that know that you're chasing down a particular path, they want people in that, right? There's some careers that are so in demand right now that they really need to support themselves to make sure that they're not going to run out of people to work there. So those are the things that I've got for you in this chapter. Go ahead and read it. It's nice and quick, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right, thanks so much, guys.